All right, friends, so today we're looking at lesson 119, and I am on page 55 in your workbook. And these problems are similar to ones we've been doing before, but instead of one step, there are two steps. So there's kind of an A and a B, or in order to answer the question, we have to first figure one part out, and then we move to the second part. These can be super tricky, so we got to pay really close attention and take our time. On the first problem here, I'm going to go ahead and read carefully first. Lindsay brings in 5 cans for the school food drive. Olivia brings in 4 more cans than Lindsay. Matt brings in 6 more cans than Olivia. How many cans does Matt bring in? So I'm introduced to Lindsay, Olivia, and Matt. I can tell that I'm going to be doing some sort of comparison bars here because I had that fewer and more keywords, but I know that we've only practiced comparing 2 and not 3. So that's where you can see that we're going to end up doing more than one step here. Okay, in order to figure out how many Matt brings, I need to figure out how many Olivia brings, because I know that Matt brings in 6 more than Olivia. So if he does, I got to figure out how much Olivia brings in. So if we go back, Lindsay brings in 5 cans, right? So Lindsay brings in 5. Olivia brings in 4 more than Lindsay. So since I don't know how many Olivia brings, I need to do that first, okay? So that's my first step. Now, it did say Olivia brings in 4 more than Lindsay, so I know that she goes on top. Okay, I know that she brings in 4 more. I'm trying to figure out how many Olivia has, and Lindsay brought in 5. That was all my given information. So step 1, or step A, is that I'm going to figure out that Olivia brings in 9 cans. Okay. Now that I know Olivia brought in 9, now I can go back and it says Matt brings in 6 more cans than Olivia. How many cans did Matt bring? So I'm going to go to my step B. And I'm going to do the same thing. I have those comparison bars. And so now I'm comparing Olivia and Matt. And Matt brought in more, so he goes on top. Olivia goes here. I want to know how many cans he brought. And it says he brought in 6 more than Olivia, so that's the comparison, that's the change or the difference. And Olivia, remember I figured out she brought in 9 from earlier. So if I want to know how much Matt brought, I add these together. I can use whatever strategy I need for that. I can see my make 10. And Matt brought in 15 cans. Okay, so again, breaking it down, different steps.